This character has been rousing the community lately. And no, it's not for her gigantic tits, but rather for her oddly familiar hair color and red glasses. Who is this character? And why does she have Neon's glasses, or at least something that looks like Neon's glasses? What if Neon has been tricking us the whole time? What is she, a triple agent? Why would she do this? Why? Maybe she's lonely. Maybe she was so lonely being down there all alone that she'd rather have fun, or maybe even see the progression of Rappy. Before I take you down this insane rabbit hole of nonsense, we first need to cover a couple of facts about Neon. First, we know that she is easily the least popular out of all the counters. She's never included in anything, always left out. She has 0 current strong versions of herself. I mean, Rappy literally just came out with a god-tier version of herself, completely meta, overpowering many characters in the game. Anis came out with a great summer version, if you remember, a couple of years ago, and she's still used today. Meanwhile, Neon? Nobody cares. Who cares? We also know in terms of physical attributes that she wears red glasses, and that the glasses are mostly used for show. But apparently it has unique powers, especially in the later chapters. She actually uses those powers. We also know that she's completely obsessed with firepower, or at least the concept of it. She's always bringing firepower up. Why? Well, it might have been quite quirky or funny towards the beginning, but every veteran Nikke player is quite tired at this point. It's not very funny anymore. It's not interesting. We almost want her to stop talking about it. Let's move on. But what if it's there to be a disguise? A guise to make herself look stupid, to look dumb. This is where I started to scratch my head and honestly go completely insane for a couple of hours. I truly believe that Neon has connections to D.E.E.P. From the very beginning, when we first met Neon, she claimed to be a spy. We, as counters, all brushed it off immediately. It was nonsense. We thought she was just stupid. She was dumb. And it's a trope for a character. Oh, look, this character, she's a double agent, but she already told us. Hilarious. But something wasn't adding up. Why on earth would this 80-plus-year-old grandma, this veteran, experienced CEO of a company, assign someone this stupid to be her spy for Rappy, who means a lot to Ingrid? You'd think she would take extra care in monitoring her new commander, right? Very little is known about Neon's backstory. Anis assumes that she's just an innocent girl, so she just backs off and maybe doesn't really ask about her past. We, as commander, don't really care at all. We don't ask about anything. And it's almost as if no one else does either. No one seems to care. And let's not forget Cinderella. Even Cinderella, someone who's not afraid to speak her mind about how she feels about people, or in the pursuit of beauty to make themselves better, she only tells Anis to get her shit together. She doesn't say anything to Neon, almost as if Neon doesn't even exist. Again, this main character of a story, this squad member of counters, there's just 3 members in the squad, is completely neglected, and I think on purpose. Listen, guys, we gotta talk about her outfit. We gotta talk about the drip. What is this outfit? She dresses up like she attends school. You'd think with all the events involving schoolgirls, like MMR vocational school, she would have at least a couple of connections with anyone in those schools. Someone must know her. And why does she not ever talk about attending school? And if she doesn't attend school anymore, why does she still wear those clothes? What's with the blue latex underneath? Is it a swimsuit? Unless you're from the Azure Lane squad, Nikke's can't swim. Here's what I'm getting with the outfit. She dresses like someone who thinks they're being sneaky. They think they look ordinary and they blend in. It's like someone who's quite out of touch. Sounds like someone that might have been underground for a little too long. For someone obsessed with firepower and clearly doesn't attend any form of school, you'd think she would look cooler and maybe pick a more mature outfit. Again, the devs must have deliberately made it this way, so you'd think she's unimportant. Even official live streams, she doesn't make an appearance until the very recent one. Many people like Anis more and Rappy more, so yeah, of course, they would appear more in live streams, but it's the counter squad. All 3 can appear, no problem, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Why is it just Anis and Rappy sometimes? So now that I've convinced 3 of you, you fucking suckers. No. Seriously, now that I've hopefully come across as slightly intelligent with my theory, we need to talk about D.E.E.P now. How on earth did D.E.E.P infiltrate the counters? D.E.E.P must have mastered the merging of two cores. I can't think of any other way. After the success of Red Hood and Rappy merging together with their cores, it would be reasonable to think that she continued honing that tech. And after she mastered it or got really good at it, she decided, let me do it to myself. Thus, in the process, she creates Neon, merges with Neon, and because she got really good at it, Neon's body weight is completely normal. Keep in mind, Rappy's was not. She had double the amount of weight of average. Or she mastered it with a different model. She mentions here that she has never worked on Grimm's or mass-produced models, so what other model is there? Neon is neither mass-produced nor Grimm's, so... Alright, let's go even further into the weeds. You know those Ultra Cores? Well, keep those in mind while I talk about Rappy and Red Hood. Those two, as you remember, are complete opposites, at least in terms of personality. This is quite similar to how the Arc is the complete opposite of the Lift. One is underground, full of humans, the other can go up, and it's full of raptures. Both are being powered by an Ultra Core. Now we know that D.E.E.P is considered a guardian of the cores, so there must be more than one D.E.E.P, right? And D.E.E.P did mention her want to coexist with raptures. D.E.E.P merged with Neon to create another version of herself to A. Monitor Rappy's developments, B. Monitor Commander because she knows about his blood and his significance to the Nikkeis, C. Help Commander out because he's the best chance she's got to fulfill her dream of raptures coexisting with humanity, or D. She was getting lonely down there and wanted to have fun being an idiot. It could be all of these choices or none of these choices. And last thing to note, as a side note, D.E.E.P likely isn't an ally. She only told Red Hood all of this about the Ultra Cores, the entire truth about how they're powering the Arc and the Lift, because she knew she would forget. Anyone else that learned about this stuff was killed on sight.
Eisen, these theories are too far-fetched. None of these would ever come to fruition, you dumbass.
Hold on. You might be right. You might be onto something. But now it's time to talk about the color red. Red bullets, red shoes, red hood, and now red glasses. What is the connection? Red Hood, red shoes, and D.E.E.P all have a link to corruption, whether it's actually being corrupted and fighting against it with sheer willpower, or being the actual creator, or knowing how to nullify it by combining two cores and other black magic. You are the central connection. Red Hood is to Rappy. Red Shoes, Marian, the whole reason why you wanted to liberate Nikkeis in the first place. And of course that also links to Cinderella. Engrave, red glasses, Neon. Your red blood running through your veins also helps create red unchained bullets, as they call it. At first we thought it defeats heretics by lifting the corruption, but it turns out it's a lot more complicated than that. As we saw with the Behemoth chapters, Behemoth actually gained the ability to transform into her more powerful version because of our blood. Okay, great. What does this all mean? We now know that any time a character is named Red Blank, such as Red Pants, they will be crucial to the story. Wow. Incredible insight. It's an interesting theme to have Red whatever be connected to the raptures, but ultimately it's too broad to lead anywhere but a dead end for now. It'll just be a good concept to keep in mind. Why does any of this matter then? I'm just saying that the fact that they're willing to show the glasses now means something huge will be revealed about her this year. Neon is being set up very nicely for a straight up betrayal or an alter version. Also, we now know that there are two separate Ultra Cores, which could mean here we go again, which could mean two queens, right? Bit of a stretch. Why are there two Ultra Cores in the first place? Cores power raptures, much like Nikkeis. So an Ultra Core should also power a rapture, right? A very important one. We know Marian is a queen. What we don't know for a fact is if there's another queen, and if so, if that's Lilith. As Marian tells her stalkers to fuck off, her eyes physically change into something resembling Lilith's. We don't know if she's changing into Lilith or if she's changing into another Lilith. We also know that there are 2 factions of heretics. There could be more, but just in case there aren't, this could suggest one faction is more loyal to one queen and vice versa. Alright, this is getting out of hand. We don't know much about Lilith to go along with anything, so I will stop there. I hope this piqued your brain as much as it did mine. You know, I'm a casual lore enjoyer. I prefer analyzing tree trunk-sized thighs over writing a thesis on the color red. Did I get things wrong? No, absolutely not. I am Sir Giggity Jerkoff near the all-knowing. You are not permitted to roast my precious theory in the comments.